wife's doing
Fucking computer.
meaningless.
Damn thing doesn't know how to fucking start the goddamn stream. Ugh. Is this even streaming correctly? I'm not seeing anything on this. What's going on here?
Otherwise, when we have tour around.
Refresh this nonsense so I actually can see the damn preview because this shit's going fucking mental on me. Why is this not showing what's going on? There we go. Okay. So here having a with an update for my 60 card pendulum deck. Obviously, most of the stuff that's changed is due to the ban list. So that's the 2 copies of O-Lion out, the 2 copies of Jet Synchron out. I have replaced them. I've also changed some things around in the main deck, and I believe it's still 60. If it's over 60, then I'll fix that on the fly here. So I'm going to start with the main deck. So as previously, we were still running Zephyrath.
Wherever you do, don't look down. He doesn't have any phantom.
There we go. Sorry about the arm in the way. So we're running 3 Zephyrath, 2 Zephyr Neo, 1 Zephyraxiton. So that's the monster package for the Zephyrs. So it gives me access to a pretty much fair amount of spell counters as well as a pretty decent counter trap. Running 1 Perform Pal Auto Synchron because it's a level 2 tuner. It's somewhat versatile if I really want to use it. Otherwise, it's not that important. Where's my phone? I actually need to double check the list here and make sure I've got it right.
You don't put a skinny cheek on. Goddamn fucking. But if you put a fat fish on there, maybe.
Alright, yeah, this makes sense.
Then you obviously know the shit's fucking.
Running 3 Chronograph, 1 Time Gazer. For obvious reasons. It gives me a free monster, and when something's destroyed, I get the special summon. 1 Servant of Endymion, 1 Endymion the Mighty Master of Magic. It's 8 scale and a spell trap negation. Special summons a free negate from the deck. Or, in the case of Master Cerberus, it banishes, it's a free banish. In addition to Mythical Beast Master Cerberus, we're also running 2 Jackal King because it's a level 6, fairly easy to summon.
After its birth into this world, unto this world, it was smoking.
And then we're running the Darkworm package at some of the older ratios. So we got 2 Darkworm, 1 Gate 0, free monster, free low scale, spell counters to get to it. Running 3 Kepler. There we go. Didn't realize it was off center. Sorry about that. 3 DD Lemia,
I didn't even flinch.
another tuner. 2 Ash, 2 Veiler, 2 Ghost Ogre. I've actually cited the 2 copies of Fantastical Dragon Phantasme, and my replacement for Jet Synchron and O-Lion is righty driver and lefty driver, because it's an instant needle fiber. I'm gonna move on to spells, unless you guys have some questions about the monsters. We got 1 terraforming. I didn't organize the spells as well as I did the monsters, unfortunately. 2 Providence, 3 Oracle, 1 Upstart, 1 Set Rotation, 3 Dark Contract with the Gate, 2 Spell Power Mastery, 3 Allure of Darkness, 1 Dragon Ravine, 1 Foolish Burial, 2 Dragon Shrine. Those are primarily to get into the Dark Worm plays. But if need be, I can always dump a Lamia. Also got 1 for 1, Monster Reborn, and Called by the Grave. And the last 2 cards in the deck are Zephyr Divine Strike.
That movie, there's only 1 movie I've ever seen fucking Rodney Dangerfield.
Now in the extra deck, I've also updated that a bit due to the Megatins having some decently priced reprints. So we still have Needle Fiber.
You never see Rodney Dangerfield.
But now we also have IP Masquerena.
It's Quentin Tarantino, Oliver Stone.
Knight Crusadia Avermax.
That's one of my favorite. I think that's in my top 3.
We've had World Sword Dragon.
My first, like,
we had Appaloosa. We had Abyss Dweller. But now we also have Red Ice Flare Metal Dragon.
Right now, my top 2 are fucking,
we also had for Formula Synchron, Metaphys Horus, Shooting Riser Dragon, Odd Eyes Meteor Burst, Supreme King Dragon Clearwing. But we also now have Warlord Savage Dragon.
That shit was so dumb. Or no, was it?
And the last 2 cards are still the same cards that were in the original build, if I'm not mistaken. We also have the Ignister and Trishula. And before I get on to the combo tutorials, would anybody have any questions in general? If you have questions about the deck list while I'm doing the combo tutorial, feel free to ask. I'll keep an eye on the chat. And please note that I'm kind of limited to this space right here. So of course it's going to kind of be difficult to really show you the full combos, but I'll do my best.
Godzilla versus the sea monster, where he fights the giant lobster, and in the end, it's like Godzilla just throws him in the fucking ocean and he uses fire breath and he eats him. Like the most anticlimactic ending, because they built the sea monster up to be this like fucking super badass, unfucking killable creature, right? And then last minute, Godzilla just rolls in, fucking boils his ass in some water, and then fucking eats him. Bam. Like, what the fuck? Like, you don't see Godzilla, so like, that's like the one Godzilla movie without Godzilla. And I don't know what the fuck. They should have just called it Movie of The movie with the giant styrofoam monster. That's all the sea. It's the sea monster was literally just a giant fucking styrofoam monster that made clicking noises. It's so stupid.
Alright, so this hand looks kind of bad, but it's still usable. Because we've got access to, at the very least, actually, I can make something stupid, but I'll lose the ash blossom with this. So first thing I do, activate Ravine, use Ravine's effect, pitch the Zephyr Neo.
You know what I mean? You guys ever need fucking couple hours? A couple hours.
Dumping Darkworm. Darkworm specials itself. Search out Gate 0.
Save $3.
If I can find the Gate 0, it's somewhere in the deck.
$3 for a whole cycle. Like
There we go.
175.
So add the Gate 0.
The pods or whatever. Oh yeah, knock stuff up. That's some like fucking bomb ass like swallow stuff like average.
Activate Oracle Zephyra over Dragon Shrine, or
I
Ravine.
do my laundry
Add
and
Zephyrath.
get in my bed. I'm stuck with you. My bunch was cleaning the other day. I was doing that. What are you doing?
And the weirder option here would be to normal summon Ash Blossom.
You look.
Link off
Yeah, you see what I'm doing.
into Needle Fiber. Needle Fiber summons.
I'm totally not bent over my bed, obviously. It's snipping my fucking skin.
Lemia.
What do you do with your fucking? I have a fucking picture of Roku TV, but I don't have a PowerPoint for it. Nah. Last Friday I got my HDMI to see adapter.
These two zones would still be open for summoning from the extra deck. Scale Zephyrath. Scale Gate 0. Use the effect of Zephyrath. Send the second copy of Zephyr Neo to the extra deck. Pendulum summon for 3. And hope to God they don't have a Nibiru. Which would suck. Because normally I would have the Jackal King on the board at this point.
She will literally take any chance.
Zephyr Neo searches for Providence. Activate Providence. Gains 2 spell counters on the Jackal King. On resolution, so we have Divine Strike, Engrave, we have Zephyr Neo, on field we have Darkworm, on field, Sink 7,
How do you get rid of cam? No, there's no coolies. That's what that shit looks like. Then you're not sitting there with a beer in your hand.
for Odd Eyes Meteor Burst. Odd Eyes Meteor Burst special summons this scale.
Half the fucking crap these people drink out here is only good when it's cold. Yeah. Drink a warm hurricane.
Set the Divine Strike. Overlay for Flare Metal.
I've done it plenty of times. I'd rather have
The Zephyra field spell is going to put since I need a low scale the next turn, I may as well put
I don't even know what I'm doing.
Servant on the top of the deck. We're gonna make flare metal. We're gonna make this with a negation. This is a negation. This is just sitting here. This is just sitting here. So the opponent's turn. Main phase. At the start of their main phase, we're gonna Halkafib Rex. Into Formula Synchron effect draw. That way I've got my definite servant. Let them summon something. Let them activate a spell, whatever. Chain.
That only works for 2 out of 10 people. That way. And
Effect. Steel monster negates something on the field. And I don't have to activate the all effects. I can use each one if I want to. It depends on what my synchro, my non-tuner material was, and since it was Darkworm, that would be I can choose to use the effect monster or the pendulum monster. I don't have to use both, but if I use both, that's even better because it just shuts something down and gives me one of their monsters to just say, ha, have fun with that.
Pass out. White rabbit.
The next turn, I would have Righty Driver, which should go normal Righty Driver, special summon Lefty Driver. How many levels is that? That's 9 levels right there.
Do it. Search order. You drink and then you smoke.
That is 9 levels right there. That's just one card Trish on the next turn.
I already know how you're doing. You're already drinking by the time you get to 2 You drink, dude. It's funny.
Sync 9.
I drink, but I don't like drink.
Trish. Banish, banish, banish.
Once or twice, huh?
Scale.
Yeah.
Pen 1.
Get really buzzed. Sometimes.
I'd have to activate this. Pen 1.
I think Ray was the only one to see it. And that's the funny thing too. There was days when I drink just as much as Ray, beer for beer, and he'd be all, and I'd be like, "You're fucking stupid." You know? And then out of nowhere, it's going, yeah, I'd always get a wild hair. Fucking nature balls.
Search. Activate. Search. That's another 2 counters, 1 counter.
Have all these goddamn animal versions. You really want to fuck that trash can. Where'd that come from? My brain is a storeroom.
Zephyrath would have put the Zephrexaton in the extra deck.
Life is cool. Drunk decisions are great. You know,
And it would just be proceed to battle phase, hit 3 times, pass turn, or not pass turn, go main phase 2, blink off, the Trish,
lose something along the way. The only way to go find it
the Zephyrexiton, or the Zephyr my bad, for IP. So at this point, there's no point continuing with the tutorial on that, because that's just that hand.
In real life, you still.
So I'm going to do one more hand and then call it for the end of the video, or stream, or whatever. Now this deck is primarily made to go first. Most of the time I try and make things that can do either or.
I'm not gonna remember John 4 seconds. If I don't want to remember, I don't remember. I know it because I know I have to have it.
We got Dragon Shrine, Zephyr, Lamia, Righty Driver, and Righty Driver. Huh. This already is a really weird ass hand. We're going to be going second with this hand. So we've got Ogre in hand.
Puerto Rico, man.
So Ogre, pitch, pop something on the opponent's turn. Oh wait, hold on, that was... Shit, that kinda sucks. So this hand is almost unusable. Because the only thing I can really do is Shrine. Dunk Dark Worm, Special Dark Worm, Search, 0.
You're the female version of me. Would you do this to me?
And the only logical play would be to set this by attributing Dark Worm. Unless, of course, I really wanted to go into Trish, which I could. Should I keep that in hand, leave this on board, normal righty driver, special lefty. And I can't really go Trish now I think about it, because it only makes 8. Yeah, this doesn't really work all that well. So my only option here would be blink off, make Halqifibrax, summon from deck so I have less cards in main deck.
Within fucking 3 minutes of initially meeting her, her fucking legs were up like this, square. Pulled her pants, her pants, all the
Blink 2.
She has this little streak of fucking period blood hanging off her pussy right there. In
For
my
IP.
face. Jeremiah's sitting on the other end of me. What does he do? I'm like,
Blink 4. Avermax. All I can do is kaiju it or spin it back. Otherwise, they're stuck with a beat stick that's just going to keep being able to attack them.
Pussy stinks. It's in my face. You know, like, get it out.
But that's unfortunately all I can really do with that hand. We're going to do one more since that hand kind of sucked.
She will literally follow me around. She'll run after me. I'm like, she's done. I tried to ditch her over there, mama. Fucking cross the street and everything. Fucking just got her distracted long enough to, like, you know, kind of eke away. Just go across the street. Fucking sees me. Next minute, grabbing all this shit, fucking running across the street. Where going? My mom's.
There's another weird hand, but yeah, I can see it working. I can actually see this working. So normal, search, activate, search, Lemia.
Bullshit. I think that was my first response. Bullshit. Bullshit. Your name's Joy. My name's fucking Good.
Honestly, I think this deck needs a little more work after that ban list, but for what it's worth, it usually works fairly well. I will admit that it is kind of failing me at the moment. Scale, pop, special, level 3.
Hour later, after all this, went to the store across the street. Oh yeah.
So that's 5 levels less. It doesn't work. But I can make Avermax out of this, so that's for damn sure. That sucks. Special. Send it to grave. It seems like the best play I've got right now is making Avermax.